Okay, here's a quick refresh on how we simplify fractions. Okay, so let's say we've got 48/86. Okay, what we're going to do is take the numerator and write it, and then we're going to take the denominator and write it. Okay, we're going to make these two lines underneath each number. And what I'm going to ask myself is, what two numbers can I multiply by to get 48? And I know that, well, I know this is an even number because it's 8. So I know if I divide it by 2, I can, and if I don't remember what that is, I can look at a calculator and go, oh, 48 divided by 2 is 24. Okay? Now I look up and I figure out, okay, are either of these prime numbers? Well, yep, the 2 is. Is 24? Nope. So I write the two little legs underneath the 24 and figure out, okay, what can I multiply by to get, what two numbers can I multiply by to get 24? And let's say 8 and 3. So 8 and 3. Then I look and see, are either of these prime numbers? And yep, 3 is. 4, but 8 is not. So I put the little legs under that. What two numbers can I multiply there? 4 and 2. Are either of these prime? Yep, 2 is. 4 is not, so I put the little legs under 4 and look at what two numbers can I multiply to get 4. I've got 2 and 2. And both 2's are prime, so I circle that. Now I go over here to the denominator. And what two numbers can I multiply by to get 86? Well, I know that it's a even number because that 6 is even. So that means it can be divided by 2. So 2 and 43. Okay. So I look up to see what two numbers are prime, and turns out both of the numbers are prime. I'm going to circle that and circle that. Now, what I'm looking for is, I'm going to start on this side and use these since this has only two different numbers and this has like 5. So I'll start here. Let's look at the 2. Are there any 2's over here that I can eliminate? I can only eliminate 1 2 because I've only got 1 2 over here. So, yep, I'm going to eliminate that 2. I'm going to cross that out and cross that out. I'm not going to do anything with these other 2's because I can't eliminate these because I only have 1 2 over here and I already eliminated it. Now, I look over and think, is 43, do I have any 43's here? Nope, I don't. So now what I do is, 86 was my denominator. So what numbers do I have left? I just have 43. So my denominator of 86 becomes 43. Now, here, my numerator, 48, I've got all these numbers left. So I have to multiply them, okay? So what's 3 times 2? That's 6. Now I take that 6 and multiply by 2. That's 12. And then I take that 12 and multiply it by 2. And that's 24. And I've now simplified that fraction. Okay? That's how we do that. Now, I'm going to go over and let's do one more. Okay? Let's do 25/100ths. Okay? So again, I'm going to take my numerator and write it here. My denominator and write it here. Put my two standing legs underneath. Because they're not prime, I know that there's two numbers that can be multiplied to get 25 and definitely two numbers that can be multiplied to get 100. So I'm not going to circle them. So let's look at 25. Now, if 25 was prime, let's say that this was 3, well, then I'd circle it and I wouldn't go to this step. But here, I know two numbers I can multiply to get 25 is 5 and 5. Then I look, are either of these prime? Yep. 5 is prime and 5 is prime. So I'm going to circle those. Remember, I'm circling them so I don't get them confused with the numbers that aren't prime. Now, I look over here. What two numbers can I multiply by to get 100? Well, let's try 25 times by 4, okay? Are either of these prime? Nope. So since they're not prime, I'm going to put the legs under each one. And two numbers I can multiply to get 25 are 5 times 5. Two numbers I can multiply by to get 4 is 2 and 2. Now, are any of these prime? Yep, they all are. So, now I can start canceling. Since this has the fewest numbers, only 2, I'll probably start with this and look at canceling. So, I can cancel, how many 5s can I cancel over here? I can cancel, well, first I'm going to start with this one. I can cancel 1 5, and I can cancel this 5 since I have a 5 there. So I'm going to cancel that, cancel that. Now I look, okay, I've got one more 5. Any other 5s over here? Yep, this one. So I'm going to cancel this 5. I'm going to cancel this 5, okay? Now, notice I've canceled all numbers over here. When you cancel all the numbers, then this number becomes a 1. So this 25 is going to become a 1. And here, the 100, I've still got these two numbers. So I'm going to multiply them together. So 2 times 2 is 4. So my 100 becomes a 4. And now my fraction's been simplified to 1/4.